This is my response to Jacob's question set 1. Per the reading, the local mufti attempted to close down Malala's school, citing that girls should not be allowed to attend. Were you surprised to see the difference in interpretations of the Quran on a local level? No, I'm not surprised. I think religion is one of those things that, people use to fit. They used to serve their purpose. And I actually don't mean that in a general sense. I think that bad actors do that. I think that religion can be a really good thing for a lot of people, but I think when religion is bad is when people use it for their own ends. So I think that I'm not surprised that people kind of interpret things how they want to. I think religion has been that way, and if it can, if you can say that God thinks this way to further your agenda, people are going to do that. They've done it since the beginning of religion, and they'll continue to do it till either religion is gone or the earth is gone. So, not surprised. Question 2, in Gordon Brown's Malala tribute petition to the UN, he stated, "We call on Pakistan to agree to a plan to deliver education for every child." As we see in the previous question, religious interpretation remains an issue to the education system. How, if any at all, can Pakistan take steps to fix this issue? I think that, when our founding fathers founded our country, they had a good concept, which unfortunately isn't followed, and that's separation of church and state. I work in the state legislature, and it drives me up the wall. Today we had a floor session, and there's a prayer beforehand, and that's not a separation of church and state. I think that when people govern themselves, we need to take religion out of it. Because not all of your citizens are going to follow a religion. So I think we need to be more humanist in the way that we need to start thinking about our people and not deities that may not even exist, and kind of appeasing the man in the sky. I think we need to just take a closer look at the people that we can see and touch, and put an emphasis on that, and not religion. So I think that when you pull religion out, educational goals become more clear. Question 3, Malala's activism is not without detractors. Don columnist Huma Yusuf stated, her fame highlights Pakistan's most negative aspect of rampant militancy. Her education campaign echoes Western agendas, and the West's admiration of her is hypocritical because it overlooks the plight of other innocent victims, like the casualties of U.S. drone strikes. What are your thoughts on her criticisms? As I mentioned before, I work in politics, and to me that's the classic pivot spin. Malala doesn't have any agenda that benefits herself. She seems to be, to me anyway, I don't think she did any of what she did, like get shot in the face to get rich. She just stood up for what she believes in. And I think that, this writer trying to pin this on her is just kind of another misdirection pivot sort of thing. So I don't buy the criticisms. I think that you can say that maybe it focuses on their militancy, but I don't think they're the same topic. I think that she can. I mean, it has to be illustrated what the country is like, and I'm not saying that Pakistan is really militant, but I just don't think they're the same topic. I think this is just a misdirection pivot sort of maneuver, and that just because something is different from what's currently accepted there, it gets the label of Western agenda, which to them, has a super negative connotation. I think, her, the West's admiration of her, I don't think it insults the plight of other innocent victims. I think it messages to help them. Like if I can escape this and learn from this, so can anyone else. I don't think it comes from an elitist thing that is trying to overlook victims. I don't think that the U.S. and the West are perfect. But I just kind of think when you start throwing things, there's a girl talking about being educated and how it empowers people, and you spin it to drone strikes. I think this is like some Fox News crap. So I guess those are my thoughts on those criticisms.